I'm sitting down here with CC from Miami, Faulk from Auburn, and my boy Barber from the Gators, of course. Let's get into it. Fellas, when you start thinking of yourself as a brand and not an athlete?
Probably like last year, whenever like the buzz around my name started getting higher and higher, and different brands were starting to like hit my DMs on, they want to collab with me on this and this. That's probably when I figured out, you know, I want to build my brand up more on the football side.
I feel like for me, my freshman year, I feel like that's when I noticed that, you know, football's not for long. And if you want to continue something on with football, use your name. Why not use your name, use your brand? And I feel like with this football stuff and this NIL stuff, it's really cool. It helped me a lot, do a lot of stuff, getting free stuff. And
we all like free stuff.
Yeah. But, you know, what do you do after football, and how do you use this opportunity that you got right now? Because, you know, you probably didn't have this opportunity.
Oh, no. Wow.
So I want, like me, myself, I think of that, and I want to use the full potential of what it's given.
As you should. You know, I played many moons ago, and I will sit here and tell you guys that I am really jealous about this time, but good for you guys. You know what I'm saying? You can take advantage of it, and most important for me is y'all get to build a relationship with these brands early on instead of like instead of when you get to the NFL, you guys build a relationship and build a rapport, and they get to know you get to know them, and who knows, the sky's the limit. So Bob, what you think? Let me ask you this, what's unique about your brand compared to any other athlete in America?
I think for me it's small, but it's my own. You know, I don't really put myself out there as much. You know, I just, I like football, I stick to football, but you know, there's a core group that knows like I have a brand, and that's kind of like what I have. I like to have a small group around me, but know it's there.
And that's good. And you, of course, you're rocking the best logo. There he is.
No doubt about that one.
CC. But you know, with our network,
You know what happened last year.
Oh, here we go. I already knew that was coming. I wasn't gonna say it, but hey, we training for you.
Oh yeah.
But you know, having that Florida logo and the brand and the network that we have, that's huge. You got a big advantage in a lot of college athletes. So, you know, kudos to you by taking advantage of those in that, and that way you can move forward and have a plan how to attack and build off of that. So here we go. Next question. How has NIL opened doors for you to grow your personal brand as a college athlete?
You know, I think for me, it's like before I got in college before NIL, and you know, you just were known as a football player only, like. But now they're giving you opportunities to make money based off what you do on the field, and that only helps you build like your name up more and more the better you do. And I think that's what's really important about, you know, NIL is you play good, your brand goes up, and I think that's what's most important about that.
And the piggyback off that, exposure means expansion. You know what I'm saying? The more you get exposed to different things, you build a bigger fan base, bigger people, you know, more people trying to support you. It's a beautiful thing, you know. It's just up to you to handle your business on the field, and all the other stuff will pretty much fall in your lap if you move the right way. So y'all want to, you know, chime in on that too? How has it, you know, affect you guys?
I think for me, trying to piggyback off what you guys said, I mean, it really, NIL opens a lot of doors. Being at the University of Miami, you know, it's in the Miami area, and there's a lot of billionaires, millionaires that live around there. So that like really opened the connection just from being a University of Miami athlete. It opens doors to be able to connect with these millionaires, and now you get to ask them, how do they get there?
Right.
What strategies do they take? And I feel like those doors are like the most important doors that you can open while being a University of Miami kid, student athlete.
I totally feel you on that, because I was this close to committing to the Kings solely because of that. The network, the people that's there, the access you have, you know, being in a location like that. What you got, Faulk?
I'll probably say somewhat the same he said. I mean, it just brings you in touch with too many different people, and it gives you too many different opportunities for you not to capitalize on.
How does school help you manage the NIL as far as marketing, you know, your network, and learning more about money management?
As far as the like marketing part, we have like events that we host, and it'd be like after our spring game, we'll meet with the fans, or we'll meet with different donors, and just like connect with them on a one-on-one basis. That, you know, because a lot of I mean, I don't know about the rest of I don't know about everybody else, but a lot of places don't do that. Like, you know, we want to connect with everybody to build, like, to network with everybody. And the more connections you have, like, with different people, you know, our coaches say the more success you will probably have in life. That's because you never know what that person will could do for you in the future.
Barb, how does your school help you with managing NIL and marketing and network and money management?
You know, I think we have a great program called Gatorade, and they do trips. They take players out of the country. You know, personally, I went on a Gatorade trip and went to the Nike headquarters, and I got to meet, you know, everyone that was there that works that. You know, I think for me is, you know, I'm putting myself out there to meet these brands. Like, you know, one day I want to work with Nike, and I got an opportunity to go down to the main headquarters in Eugene, Oregon. And I think, you know, there's trips like that all the time. This allows you to connect with, you know, people that, you know, are millionaires that have big businesses, and I think Gatorade does a really good job.
That's just crazy that you said that, because that was one of the big reasons I joined Gatorade and player development, because I saw the opportunities that they was, you know, pretty much, you know, setting out for our players. You want to chime in on that, CC?
I mean, yeah, for me, for our school, University of Miami, they do a really good job with helping you figure out what you want to do with your brand. Like, what do you want to be look at? For me, we have this program where we go to the home team. It's a charity organization next to our school, and we go there and hang around with kids. And it kind of helped me figure out what I want to be, like what my brand want to be. So now I'm partnering with the Ronald McDonald's House, and I just want to give back to the community and help those people that are in need. And I feel like the school do a pretty good job with helping us figure out what do we want to do with our brand.
And that's a beautiful thing, being able to be in a position to help somebody younger than you that might not have the same resources, the same opportunities that we have. So that's a blessing, man. All right, here we go. Next question. How do you make sure NIL doesn't take away from your game? So I have conversations with my guys about NIL, like, that's cool and all, but don't get complacent. Don't get content. Like, that's the appetizer. Enjoy that Caesar salad or that little calamari. But the main goal is that Wagyu steak, that lobster. That's what you're doing this for. Don't get jaded by that. Like, it's a great start to have NIL in place, but you can't let it get you complacent.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of student athletes, even in high school, like they look at recruiting as just NIL. Right. Like, NIL is cool and all. It helps you stand on your feet and, like, helps you, you know, it's a boost to your brand and what you want to do with your brand. But the real money is in the NFL. That's where the goal is. And I feel like a lot of student athletes are fading away from that, and they just want to make money right now. But it really depends on how you act and how you portray yourself and how you play the game of football, because that's where it is.
At the end of the day, you got to be productive on the gridiron. So, you know, you got anything for that ball, Paul?
Really just, like, when I was getting recruited, NIL wasn't a thing. It was, like, becoming a thing, but it really wasn't a thing. So you really had to love the game to, like, really want to go to play ball. So, like, whenever I, like, talk to recruits, or, like, when I have one-on-one engagement time with them, like, I tell them, like, the love for the game without the money, that's what you have to play for. The money will always come. Like, that's you know, you play hard, you practice hard, the money will come to you, but the love of the game, it'll fade away if you don't treat the game the right way.
Absolutely, and that's the most important thing. Like, having a good mantra. Like, why are you doing this? If it's solely for NIL, I promise you ain't gonna last long. Because when you really get that big contract and you got everything you ever wanted, then what? Are you gonna just shut it down? I've seen players do it. They get them big contracts and that's it. So did you really love the game, or you were just using this as a stepping stone? And there's nothing wrong with that, but you gotta be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? But that's great that you're having conversations with recruits and younger players on your team, because, you know, I see guys come in and we recruit, and these kids, you're right, even the parents, how much you gonna give my son? Well, how much is my son's value? You know what I'm saying? So it is sometimes it's awkward conversations, but it need to be said. It need to be talked about, because if not, it's gonna become a problem, you know, down the road. What you got for me, Bob?
Man, I agree with you. I mean, you know, it's an appetizer to what's really to come, and you know, I love the game for the game, regardless of the money. My dream is to be in the NFL since I was a little kid. I'm never gonna stop working towards that, regardless of how much money I'm making, you know, for NIL.
And it will come if you just keep your head down and grind one day at a time. Everything you ever want, it'll come. You know, you get what you put in. So if y'all doing the right things, putting one foot forward, I promise you that bag gonna come. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. Next question. What's the biggest lesson that you guys learned since it started, since NIL started?
I'll say the biggest lesson I learned was how to like fully manage it. And like it's a stepping stone to where like your dream is to get to the league, and then the league guys get paid multi-millions of dollars. And like we getting a couple $100,000 right now in college, and this is like a real stepping stone for us to like learn how to manage it and learn how to be a grown adults on ourselves. We pay bills, we pay car notes, we pay insurance. I mean, it's something that we have to learn to do like as adults.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, kind of piggyback off of that. I feel, yeah, it really like make you like work. It's really a big step, but like it helps you be an adult. Like now you have responsibilities. Now you have to take care of, and also like how you gonna manage the money you make. Cause me being a kid, you know, when I get $20 from my parents, shoot, I'm spending all that in one day.
It's real.
And when you get this X amount of money, I feel like most student athletes go into panic mode and just spend because they're hoping for another check. And they just spend through it. And this is like a good way that we can like, you know, learn these financial problems and like figure out what we need to do with the money. Now we go into, you know, investing. Like if without NIL, I wouldn't have been learning about this, investing money, yeah, like all of that. It's just
Taxes.
Yeah, taxes as well.
So you basically get, you know, familiar with real responsibilities, big boy stuff that you know nobody's gonna hold your hand, and that's good that you guys got, you know, programs and stuff and set up that you guys can take advantage of and learn how to really navigate through that. Man, Bob, I gotta ask you though, what was the first NIL deal that made you realize, oh, this is a real thing?
Yeah, I think it was beginning of my redshirt sophomore year. Like, that was some money hitting the account, and I was like, I ain't never had this much money in college. You know, I was fortunate enough to have a family that had money, but having my own money, but it's my money.
You ain't gotta ask for it.
I had to figure out fast that I gotta figure out my spending habits, because first few I blew through.
Absolutely.
But, you know, it made me learn to be a man and save some money.
Yeah. Save. If I can give y'all any advice, save for a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the most important thing. You know, you guys gonna be in a position, and I'm pretty sure y'all gonna go to the NFL, but a lot of y'all peers and friends and stuff, they getting them bags too. It's not likely that they're gonna make it to the league and make a career out of it. You know, it's one thing getting there, but how do you stay there and get to that second big contract? So that's a real thing, and it's a topic that we need to discuss. Faulk, I want to ask you this: how do you decide what brand you work with?
My morals, my values,
okay. I love
and
that
what
right
I believe in.
That's real, yeah. Because some people sell their souls for money. They'll do whatever it is to get a bag.
Right,
That's huge.
Quick money ain't good money.
Right. I like that. I like that. I ain't even saying. I like that. Because that's real. Now a lot of people ain't built like that no more. You see a lot of people selling out, saying stuff online just to go viral. Like that's y'all. I know y'all a lot older, but that's the world today. You know what I'm saying? They do whatever it is to get it back. What's a piece of advice you'd share with an incoming student athlete about building a strong personal brand through NIL?
Like, put yourself out there. Don't just post what we do. Like, they send us posts to post on Instagram or Twitter. Don't just post that and just think like your followers are gonna go up. Brands gonna keep reaching out. Like, put yourself out there. Like, go reach out to these different brands. Have your mom, brother, you know, different family members reach out to these different brands and like connect with them. Like, if you don't reach out, you'll never know. Like,
y'all got a platform now called LinkedIn. I just discovered this. You know, I'm an entrepreneur, businessman. I didn't realize that you can make so many connections just on that LinkedIn. And you guys got the image, you got the brand, you got the name, It's simple as typing in a brand, a company, and like, hey, what y'all got going on? How can we work together? It's that simple.
That simple.
And they can't do nothing but say yay or nay. And most of them gonna be like, what, Auburn, Miami, Gators? Yes, we would love to collab or whatever, however we can to, you know, make this thing work. So that's huge. Again, exposure means expansion. It's that simple, but you just gotta be willing to get out there. I appreciate y'all time. Thanks for being vulnerable, being real. You know, I learned a lot from you guys because I'm still trying to navigate this NIL world myself so I can help our guys down in Florida, because it's a different day, but it's good. You know, let's take our hats off to the pioneers that did it before us, like myself, that didn't get paid, that solely played for the love of the game. I appreciate your time. CC, Faulk, Ball, thank y'all, man. Really appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.